Good evening, everyone. My name's Vanessa. I am a brand partner for the wonderful Lifewave. If you're new here, today we're going to be talking about this groovy little patch called, there it is, called the X39. We've got another person coming on. Here we go. So this is what it is. It's a little patch with polymer on there, and it has a lattice of sugars, salts, and there are nanocrystals. And our wonderful inventor, David Schmidt, he was able to put a lattice pattern into this patch, and we put it on our body. The light of our body goes into the patch. It reflects back into us, and it tells the body to make copper peptides, which is pretty amazing. Those copper peptides then activate our stem cells. There's nothing at all like this on the market. A little background on me. I'm an ex-nurse. I'm still registered, but I'm not nursing. I got quite disgruntled with the whole medical profession a while back. I probably haven't taken any medication, not even a Panadol, for the last 10 years. I believe that our body has the innate ability to be able to heal itself given the right environment and situation. And when I came across these little patches, I just thought, wow, this is too good to be true. I heard a wonderful testimonial from Colin and Carolina. I was suffering from lower back pain, mostly from nursing, but it did start from a tobogganing accident. And yeah, so it was aggravated throughout my nursing career. I had bursitis in my left knee, bursitis in my right shoulder. I had a type of eczema called Dyshidrotic eczema on my feet. I had menopause symptoms, lots of hot flushes, lots of joints aching, and all those things dissipated over time whilst using the patch. So I looked at it for my back because I've had chronic back and pelvic issues, but everything else has just been an absolute bonus on top of that. So I'm just going to play a little vid for you, and we've got slides as well. I'm going to share.
The world's searching for answers, and one discovery is changing everything. A patch, no bigger than a quarter, built not to treat symptoms, but to wake up the healer inside you. This is X39, a wearable, light-activated patch. Designed by David Schmidt, an inventor with over 200 patents. His mission? To reverse aging naturally. This isn't science fiction. It's stem cell activation without injections, without pills. Your body repairing itself. The results? Life-changing energy, recovery, sleep, relief. And the medical world? It's taking notice. Still skeptical? Visit thisisidinfo.com. You'll find the studies, the patents, the proof. It's all there. But there's more. This tiny patch isn't just transforming lives, it's creating freedom. Because behind it is a business model built for the bold. Real people, real results. Income that scales with impact. And here's why. Because this breakthrough technology is patented and exclusive, it offers a lucrative business plan that allows you to compound your efforts. More people than ever are struggling in today's economy. You can no longer rely on your own sweat equity alone to make a living. This business model allows you to duplicate yourself and even better, to benefit from other people's efforts. So your income no longer depends solely on you. By duplicating yourself over and over, the income potential is far greater than a conventional job, career, or profession. And you're never alone. The This Is It system gives you the tools, the path, the team. All you have to do is start. The question is no longer if it works, it's whether you'll act or let this moment pass. Will you keep waiting or finally feel your body come alive again? Will you stay financially stuck or build something that lasts? Isn't it time to start living life on your own terms? This Is It action plan will set you on a path to live out the dreams you have for your family. Get back with the person who shared this video so you can experience the age-reversing health and the exciting lifestyle that thousands are already enjoying. This is the technology. This is the team. And this is your moment. This is it.
Sorry. Happens all the time. What are we watching? Medical Medium. Okay, so it's just one of the latest videos the company has brought out. I'm going to start a slideshow and just discuss how it all works. Sorry. It's taking a second. Okay, what we like to ask everyone is, have you been patched yet? These patches are able to elevate, activate, and regenerate. This is David Schmidt. He is the CEO and inventor of the patch, which is called the X39. He has over 200 patents. He's a scientist and inventor, and he's specialized in age reversing. Prior to 2008, he was asked by the Navy SEALs in the US, was asked by the government to create something for the Navy SEALs for them to be able to have energy for those 30, 60-hour runs where they're, they're awake all the time. And they wanted something that didn't have caffeine in it. So he actually came upon the first patch, which was the, I don't know if you can see it, it's called the Energy Enhancer. And there are a couple of patches that work in a different way to the actual X39. So the Navy SEALs use these patches very well, that worked well. And then after 9/11, the government then turned their money towards weapons. So David actually took this to the US swimming team. And the girls' team were using the patches, and most of them got their personal bests when using the Energy Enhancer. So he knew he was onto something good. He then focused his attention in 2008 on stem cell research. And the recent patent for the X39 took 10 years and 4.5 million to bring to the market. What I love about this company is that David is the CEO and inventor. There's not a lot of companies that you have the two-in-one there. We all know what a patent is. It's usually for 20 years. I think we've got 14 more years on this actual patch, the X39. So a patent is needed to show that something actually works. And as I said, he has 200 patents. I think there's around 70 patents just for the X39, and they can all be seen in the website. This is it info. What are stem cells? Stem cells are cells with the potential to develop into many different types of cells in the body. They serve as a repair system for the body. So you may need cells in your bone. You might need cells in your lung. What happens is when we wear the patch, it wakes up our it makes us make copper peptides, which activate stem cells. And then stem cells are going to go to the weakest link. So if you have some problems going on in your liver, you're going to get stem cell regeneration in the liver. You might get cells turning into kidney cells, cells turning into brain cells. So this patch works systemically in the body. Why do we need stem cells? What do they do? So when you become 30, I don't know if any of you know this, but half of your stem cells are active. So if you look at all our athletes, usually they'll go to the age of 30. And this is because the body takes longer to recover and longer to regenerate our cells. And at the age of 60, you lose almost all your stem cells. So we're looking at around 10% that are actually active. How the X39 works, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. It's got patented nanocrystal technology. It reflects light to activate. It is non-transdermal and no drugs, chemicals or stimulants, and it is completely non-invasive. So there is nothing at all going into your body. This is just a little light here, a little page here talking about the infrared light. So when we do these scans, this is what we see on thermal scans. So you can just see that the body actually has, the heat of our body is actually infrared light. So we need that heat of our body to go into the patch to reflect back. Copper peptides. So there are different copper peptides. This particular patch makes GHKCU, which is made up of these four, one mineral and 4 amino acids. So glycine, histidine, lysine, they all attach to a copper, which makes the copper peptide. If someone's concerned about copper toxicity, if you do have more copper in your body, the patch will actually use the copper up in your body, so that's also a bonus. But you do need to have copper in your body for this patch to work. So I know the naturopath who does this patchededu.com in the corner there, Jen, her husband was really, really unwell and was patching for 6 months with no real relief at all. And they did bloods and found out that he had no copper in his body. So as soon as they started using a copper supplement, he got so much better. And here's some foods here that you can take note of that are high in copper. So it's not bad for a vegetarian, vegan diet, but meat eaters do get a lot of copper. I think probably get a bit more copper, but you can see there's a mixture of foods there. I use a copper bracelet here, and I also drink from a copper mug as well. This is just showing that in 1973, Dr. Laurent Picard, he isolated this particular copper peptide, GHKCU. It showed that there was rapid wound healing. It resets genes to a younger state. It converts older cells to younger cells. It repairs collagen. It also has collagen destruction there, but that's just the old collagen breakdown. And he says it's like tuning a piano. Some benefits of copper peptides, and there's many, I couldn't fit it on the page. Reduces inflammation, cardiovascular health, neurological health, nerve regeneration, skin color and smoothness, hair growth, thickness. It also makes your hair, it takes it back to the color that it used to be if we're getting gray hair. Improves the lung tissue, reduces anxiety and aggression, helps improve strength and stamina, supports reduced recovery time, and improves memory and mental clarity. Again, just going with what I went through, I've noticed increased strength, definitely reduced inflammation in my body, increased stamina. When I started wearing it, I was running around like a crazy person. I didn't know what had come over me. Lots of energy and vitality. Definitely the brain fog left, so there was mental clarity. Restored muscle and skeletal condition, improvement of sleep. A lot of people say that their sleep is so much better, having deeper sleep, and improved skin appearance. This is again showing a thermal scan, or what they call a topography map. It's a lady, a 77-year-old lady, who had like signs of dementia. She placed the X39 on the back of her neck on the C7, just that bony prominence there. And session 1 shows it without patching what her brain looked like, and you can see the reds showing a lot of inflammation and lack of brain coherence. After 3 weeks, session 2, it shows no more inflammation. You've got those beautiful blues, greens and yellows. And improved brain coherence, and after 6 weeks, a complete turnaround, better brain coherence. So at the bottom it says it can be noted her brain was hyperactive, and it calmed down dramatically at the second visit after wearing the patch for 3 weeks. And then her brain remained calm after wearing the patch for 6 weeks. So this is amazing for dementia, Alzheimer's, even our children with autism. They're finding that non-verbals are becoming verbal. And this is all because the inflammation of the brain is lessening. And I should say, Lifewave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure or prevent any diseases or medical conditions. I should have said that at the start. But we're seeing this through testimonials. So the long-term results per case studies, in the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. So that's actually a third of our genes. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced, which you just saw on the topography map. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. And we're not only talking about collagen on our outer skin, on our dermal skin, we're talking about collagen internally. So all our vessels and organs are made from collagen. Within 6 months, the heart reverses in age. And David Schmidt says down here, it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. I'm pretty happy with age reversing. I don't know if you are. So how do we wear the patch? You wear it for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. And the reason for that is that you need to have that rest, repair and rejuvenation in that 12 hours when you're not wearing the patch. We've found that if you're wearing the patch for too long, a thing called attenuation starts, and the body stops getting that signal to make copper peptides. So through all their testing, they found that the 12 hours on and 12 hours off works beautifully. After you've worn it for 12 hours, it says you can throw it away, but if you do have a pet, I recommend you to use that old patch on your pet, and they will get the same stem cell activation that we do. And we found that, they're getting better kidney function, glaucomas are going, cataracts in their eye are disappearing. So it just goes to show that it's not a placebo when it's working on our pets. The patch actually can work both sides. So if you were to have issues with the stickiness, if you got rashes or things like that, you can actually wear it on the inside of your clothes facing you, and you still get the same action happening. So you can wear it either side. That's why if you've got a doggy or a cat with a collar, you can actually put it on the inside of their collar and it still works that way. Or if you're having, rashes and things, just chuck it on the inside of your clothes, in your bra, in your undies. No bra for the guys, unless you're into that. Then you put a new patch on in the morning and repeat. It's really good to just maybe have them near your toothbrush so that you remember to pop it on after you brush your teeth and take it off at night after that 12 hours. It's not, you won't have any issues if you wear it for longer. I do forget to take it off. If you were to sleep with it overnight, you give yourself a day off with not wearing it the next day. But I have found if I do fall asleep with it on, some nights I just can't sleep because this patch is giving you energy. You can wear more than one at a time. So if you were to wear a second one, you get 20% more action with the patch. So one or two is best, but one I think is fine. If you've got enough money and you find that you need two, then please go ahead and use two. Drink plenty of water. So what the patches are doing is regenerating our cells. So when our cells are being regenerated, those toxins are being pushed out. If we're not drinking clean water, those toxins have got nowhere to go. So we need to flush our system, and we also need water in our bodies because our bodies are electric. And for our cells and mitochondria to work, you need to have that water there. So 2+ liters a day with electrolytes preferably. If you've only got maybe some Celtic sea salt, pop some on your tongue, drink your water. Each time you have a glass of water, pop a little salt on your tongue if you can. Supposedly doing it that way, you get water into your cells better if it's on your tongue, but do what you can. I drink electrolytes with mine, and I find that it does work much better. And there's just a picture of a doggy with a cataract there, and I'm not sure how many weeks it took, but it did go away. I need to find out actually, because I do use these slides and I say the same thing every time. I will find out. I was going to show a testimony today, but I haven't got my Facebook on my computer. Would you, Adam, do you mind? I owe you a lot, I know. Just short, darling. Adam's going to share his testimony with you.
Yeah, I started on the patches December last year, through basically from a knee injury, and my partner Gillian, found Colin on Facebook, and it was a mutual friend, and I tried everything on this knee, and just 3 physios that all suggested surgery. I had a torn meniscus, hole in the meniscus, and a damaged ACL. And anyway, we've got these patches, didn't even know what they were, just, something else to try. And tried it for a month, nothing really happened. And I spoke to Colin, I was like nearly ready to give up. Like, no, not working. He insisted to me, keep going. And towards the second month, my knee started coming good. And it's like, it's got better and better. And yeah, it's like, oh wow, this is good. And because before that, like last year, I was going to the gym, doing Krav Maga, like martial arts fighting, and just feeling broken, like knees, elbows, just shoulders, everything was just sore and achy. Been a tradie for 35 years, and just taking its toll. And just started my knee after about 2 months. It started getting better and better, and I noticed my shoulder started coming good, and everything else started coming good. And also my dental work has become better. Like, they had the bit of gingivitis, and the bleed score went from a 14 in October to a 2 in May. To a 5 in May. Carpal tunnel in my arm sort of disappeared after about 7 or 8 months. It's very mild now. Like, it's just probably been there for 15 years, and that's just disappeared. Just trying to think what else. You put me on the spot.
I was getting ready. I'm like, I'll do this. I'll show this one, and I couldn't figure out how to get it.
And with the pets, Vanessa mentioned about the pets. Gillian's dogs, 14 nearly. I think he's nearly 14. and he wouldn't walk more than a couple of 100 meters. We used to have to put him in a pusher and walk a couple of 100 meters, put him in a pusher, and keep walking. We started putting the old patches on the inside of his collar, so he'd just get whatever we have, X39, X49, the whole lot. And within a month, it's like he was a different dog. You'd take him for a walk, and he'd just walk for an hour, no issues. And he's just totally different. Like
you're saying you went out with him with the pram?
Oh yeah, we took the pram.
All ready to bring him home in the pram?
All ready to bring him home in the pram, and just didn't need to use it. So, when you start putting them on dogs, you know it's the real deal. So
absolutely. And we've got some amazing testimonies with horses, dogs, even birds. One lady was her daughter was ready, had made a hole to bury the bird because they'd found it at the bottom of the cage, and Mum said, "Why did you put a patch on it?" And Birdie came back to life, which I thought was amazing. Thank you so much. Again, there's so many testimonials, and we have Zooms nearly every night of the week where you can actually get on and hear people's testimonials, from everything to getting better eyesight, having to change the lenses because they're too strong, getting your hearing back, asthma gone, you name it, everything. So thank you again. I know I put you on the spot. I owe you. And I like your t-shirt. Very nice. Gosh, I'll have to talk to you about that after. I like it. Okay. I'm just going to go back to sharing. Thank you, Adam. Okay. So this is the website that we send to everyone. It's called thisisitinfo.com, and it's going to show you all the patents, all the studies, the double-blind studies as well, and lots of testimonials. So you can go through. They're nice short little videos to watch at the start and have a look through there. That's all your information on the X39. Oops. Just a little bit of the background on Lifewave. That's the company. It's 21 years old now, or going to 21. Open in over 80 countries. It's definitely not a Me Too product. So we're not dealing with skincare, shampoos, weight loss, that sort of thing. There's nothing like it on the market. We're the only ones who've got it, and we've got it for another 14 years. And in saying that, I don't think it could be copied, because I really don't think anyone would know how to. We went from 20 million revenue in 21 to last year was 650 million. And that is only on this patch, the X39. So it just goes to show that growth over one patch has been amazing. So I really think this patch is working. And I like to ask everyone, what's important to you? With the opportunity in this business, if you were to go into the business, are you sick of your job? Are you sick of someone telling you, when to be at work and you can't have holidays, that sort of thing? Do you want more time with your family? Do you want more freedom? Do you want more security? I definitely want less debt. I want financial freedom. Everyone wants better health. I know that. Do you want to travel? The company takes you on incentives each year, 2 incentives where you can earn points to get into that, which Adam's just nearly scored 2 tickets very, very soon. Yeah, so these are just things to think about and what you want in life. Do you want to be stuck on that wheel of getting up, going to a job and coming home to your family? Or would you like to travel and work from home, work from anywhere you like, helping people? We're in the business of helping people with their health and with their wealth. That's why I love it. This is just one part of the compensation plan. we work on a binary system. So when people start with the product, obviously you start with the product, and then I say to them, if you'd like your product paid for you, you can start sharing this with people. So we ask people to think of 4 people that they love, that they would like to bless with this product. And I know, and you probably know, there are so many people out there who need this because it helps everyone. No matter what you're going through, it's cellular regeneration, so it helps all the systems of the body. So we put 2 people on your left, 2 people on your right, your first 4, and you become a manager when you do that. They also need to be on a subscription, and you need to be on a subscription yourself. But doing this, you can earn up to $25,000 a week. And we do have people earning that kind of money and more just from our compensation plans. We have a lovely lady in Mudgee, Tessa, who's in our upline, and she didn't have any social media, and she would reach this quite early in the piece, like 18 months of no social media, but she just went and spoke to people and shared. This is another part of the compensation, which is matching bonus. So let's say Adam's below me, he makes $100, I will make 25% of that. Lou's below him and he makes 100, I'll make 20% of that. And then the third, Jason, if you're below Lou, I'll still make 20% of whatever you're making. So they're just matching bonuses. But there's, at the moment, there's 3 ways of making money, but it's going up to 7 ways. They're making some changes. So it's very exciting. It's a very exciting time to get in on this. This one. So these are our starter packs. When you first come into the company, these are the 3 things that you can choose from. So, and you don't purchase these again, they're just at the part, that's why they're called a starter pack. So we go with the core, the first one, if you just want to try 3 months of the X39, and we say to use a month's worth of patches for every decade of your life, but at least give it 3 months, because like Adam, you might only feel something after 2 months or 3 months, because those stem cells are working on your liver, or they're working on your heart, or they're working somewhere, and they're not actually going to that shoulder pain. So I always say to people who aren't feeling anything to keep pushing through, because they will start seeing things in their body or feeling things. It's a really good idea to do your bloods beforehand as well, and then after that 3 months or 6 months, just to see the changes, because sometimes we can't feel them. So yeah, back to the core, it's $295. So we're looking at around 500 to 520 Aussie at the moment, depending on the American dollar. And that's including your tax and shipping. There you'll get 3 months of the X39. So there's 30 patches in a pack, and you wear one every day. If you're with a couple, or you can afford to do the 6 months, I tell everyone that I put on to go the 6 months, because I think it's giving your body a really good go. And as I said before, you might not feel anything in the first few months. So I think 6 months is a really good way to go if you can afford that. It's just under 1,000 Aussie dollars. $535. And you can mix and match the other accessory patches with that as well. I sometimes put people on the 4 months of X39 and just bring in glutathione or an inflammation one, or something else. But that's something we can talk about later. And then we've got premium. So if you'd really like to see this as a business, something that you'd like to do to help people, to help yourself, your family, it's the premium, which ends up being around 3,000 Aussie dollars, and you get 20 months worth. And again, you can mix and match patches in there as well. And then down the bottom, it says it's important to be on a monthly X39 subscription. So one sleeve, you can be earning up to $100 per week. But if you're on the 2 sleeves, you can max out the comp plan. And that's just part of direct selling. We always have a subscription of whatever the product is. And I've just got a little table here. It is from America, but it just goes to show how much money people have to put in to these franchises, how much money they've got to pay the owners, how much money they might make. And Lifewave at the bottom, it's pretty much a $25 enrollment fee, which we pay annually. You pay up to 3 months of patching, so you're paying $500 to $3,000 to become a manager and to get started with earning commissions. It's great to have this to be an advanced, which was the 6 months worth. So getting in on this at around $520, let's say, you can start your own business at $520, and there's no other overheads. It's so easy to do. And then you've got all that lovely bonuses that you can make in the compensation plan. This is, again, the This Is It info. The first one is all the information on the patch. And then you've got the This Is It team. This is all the business side of things. So if you just take note of those, that's the 2 websites we use. And then I just pop this in. The Bahamas, it's finishing up now, but this is the incentive that we've got where you can cruise in February. And Adam's doing amazing. I'm so excited for you. But yeah, they have 2 a year. So they let you know, I think, how many weeks beforehand? 6 weeks or something beforehand. And yeah, depending on how many people you sign up or share this product with, you get points towards going on the cruise, and then you can also continue your points and take your partner as well. I think that's it with the slides. So let me stop sharing. Alrighty. So we might go into questions. I will just stop the recording.